Charles Darwin was born in 1809. He was an English naturalist and he proposed the evolutionist theory. He voyaged on board of Beagle around the world for 5 years, from the end of 1851 to 1856. He kept careful notes of his observations and theoretical speculations and wrote his journal. He came back to England and after read his Eye of Principle of Population of Thomas Malthus, he better understood the natural selection. He finally published The Origin of the Species in 1859. Thanks to Darwin's work, we know the origin of all species of the planet, including main origin. Evolution is a consequence of natural selections, where species adapted to the environment. Natural selection is a process where organisms with favorable traits are more likely to reproduce. This way, they pass on these traits to the next generation. Over time, this process allows organisms to adapt to their environment. This is because the frequency of genes for favorable traits increases in the population. Some films are based in Darwin theories. Maybe the most famous is 2001: A Space Odyssey, but there are more, like the French The Guerre de Feu, that shows the fight between Neanderthals and Cro-Magnons. This film shows us the adaptation of the species and the natural selection. Here, the most important is the fire and his domination. The scientific world accepts the evolutionist theories. Some religions, like Catholic, accept this theory, but in that case, God is the creator. Other religions, like Evangelic, deny evolution. Everything was created by God, in the shape that we know now. Inner in the Wind is a film adaptation of a play based in a real trial. A teacher is arrested for teaching Darwin's theory in a state-funded school. It's a story centered around the issue of evolution versus creationism, and difference between science and religion. This real story happened in 1925, but nowadays, in many places, people reject Darwin's theories about evolution. There is an intense debate in schools related to Darwin theories. Some people are against them, and they even propose pseudoscientific theories like the intelligent design. Many voices claim to teach scientific theories instead religious beliefs.
The point is, there are some people that still believe that the Earth is balanced on the back of an elephant. There are some people that still believe that the Earth is flat. But do we actually teach that? Do we actually suggest that to young people? As you rightly said, Nikki, some people might believe that the moon is made of cheese. Some people might perhaps that the sun still goes around the Earth as they did for a time. But we know that's just not true anymore. For as much as we know that the Battle of Hastings, for as much as well, I'm sorry, the lady wanted to carry on speaking.
It wasn't a lady, it was a gentleman.
Was it? Oh, I'm sorry. Right. Some people might think the Battle of Hastings was in 1266, but we don't actually teach that. We teach it in 1066, right? And therefore, whatever people want to believe in the privacy of their own home, in the privacy of whatever religion they practice, they're free to do that. But to teach young people things that we know are not true is tantamount to an abuse of young people within a classroom situation.
In Time is a recent American film. This is a futurist film that speaks about artificial human selection, where only rich people can survive. Time is power. Time is money. Humanity has been genetically engineered to stop aging at 25, and to be born with a digital clock on the forearm bearing a year worth of time. Poor people only can live until they are 26. If they pay, they can live more time. Darwin's theories about natural selection turn into social Darwinism, and with Francis Galton becomes eugenics, which advocates practices to improve the genetic composition of a population. Some American tycoons, like Rockefeller, founded studies on eugenics. The Nazis applied eugenics in their extermination camps, saying that Jews were an inferior race. More recently, other countries have used the ethnic cleansing in the Bosnian War, by instance.
In July 1992, reporters learned about Serb concentration camps in Bosnia. Muslim prisoners were tortured, sexually mutilated, and executed. These images hadn't been seen in Europe since the Holocaust.
Genetic selection is now an option for our future children. What's the next?